Flex, the livest one in the section. Fit the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You were when a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walking, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker change like a hoe, nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Lightweight. Lightweight, baby. It's time to bleed this wonderful morning. Two Titan Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LBC. This ain't gonna be a long one. I ain't gonna be long because I'm actually moving about. You can probably tell by my audio. Let me do this roll call real quick and just let me know if you can hear me. Two boxing night. Delano, Dow Big G, HMC, Coach Hudson in the building, Rod Neal, Masa Musa, MXC, Steve Elder, Mac. Yes, sir. Jim Diamond. Tay Tay, good morning. Yeah. Says Speedy, definitely good fight. Yep. Smash the like button, like the video, share the video. We are our own algorithm. Let's not leave it up to Miguel to do anything for us because Miguel and his boyfriend Jerome, they on, they online flashing their genitalia. That's how I know, getting under their skin. They're bursting at the seams. They're cracking. They're cracking under the pressure. They're cracking under the pressure. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And they've been caught. So that's all good, man. So I hope everyone's having a wonderful morning. I'm moving and shaking. I'm out and about right now. I set this live up last night because I felt this needs to be discussed. Let's get right to the smoke. It's actually kind of nippy out here. Damn. I didn't bring my hood with me. It's all right, man. And I ain't want to. I tried to go sit down in the fitness center. They playing music. Then I went to the business center. They're playing music. I'm like, yo, you're in a business center. Why the hell the music so loud in here? Now I got to stand outside. It's all good, man. Phenomenal Mexican salute. All right, so let's get right to this. It looks like that Team Ortiz is playing games. It looks like Team Ortiz is playing games. And here's what we have to do as a community. 704 Joe, salute. Here's what we have to do is the community. If we're gonna take sides, fine. Take sides. If you want to do that, fine. But here's what I'm gonna encourage everyone not to do. Don't dwell on it. Don't draw lines in the sand and say, oh, it's absolutely this guy's fault. It's absolutely that guy's fault. And it's gonna be difficult because we're seeing what it is. Virgil called Boots into the ring. They exchanged some words. It didn't get too nasty. It got professional. Like it was a professional stand your ground. That's what I call it. A professional stand your ground. He stood his ground. And that was it. So I said, okay, I guess we got to fight. And then as soon as he left the locker room, he's there saying, yeah, I'll fight anybody. No, you said you want to fight Boots. But I then went from in the ring, I fight anybody. When he got to the back, in front of the other cameras, he says, my dream fight is Errol Spence. Jose, what up? Stillwater Boxing, salute. Quan Big Gun, salute. And he was like, well, I'll fight anybody. My dream fight is Spence. Didn't I tell y'all? But when he left the ring, from the time he left the ring and said what he said, to the time he got to the back, it was either Oscar or Robert Garcia said, no. Now we chasing the bag. Errol's here. I'm cool with Errol. We can work something out. And then you got Oscar saying, no, 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 we're not the D side in this situation. That didn't take long. That didn't take long. Now they're trying to flex their boxing political muscle. Let me ask y'all a question. What kind of political flex muscle does Virgil Ortiz have? Rhetorical question. The answer is zero. He doesn't have any. He's not the A side in that situation. And see, as a supporter of the sport, we shouldn't be having these conversations, but we need to know enough about it to shut people like Oscar down. He's doing it again. He's doing it again. This is the same man that told you, Mr. Shelton, salute. This is the same man that told you, he told us, he didn't blame Teofimo Lopez for not accepting the Devin Haney fight because Devin was so boring. Never forget that. He said that, y'all. He said that. So you know what type of time Oscar's on. And you know what, at this point, don't even be mad at Oscar. You see the politics and BS. You see it there. Don't play into it. I don't care if you're black. I don't care if you're Latino. Don't play into it. Guess what? We called for that fight a while ago. They played with us. I said, I don't really care for the fight right now because it's meaningless. My point was that, here's my point. I like the fight, but I don't like the fight. I don't like that fight's put on the pedestal over everything else that's going on at 154. Fair enough? Tim Harmon, salute. You know what I'm saying? That makes sense? I'll say it one more time. I don't dislike the fight. I dislike the fight being put on a pedestal over everything else that's going on at 154. You understand? That's what I don't like. Tim TV, salute. That's what I don't like. I think it's unfair. And we as supporters of the sport, we have to keep it honest about this. We have to be honest. Now, if you don't care about belt movements or whatever, here's what I noticed. The only people that don't care about how the belts move anywhere in boxing, that means your favorite fighter is not in pursuit of it. Number one. And number two, you don't want to see your fighter possibly get hurt. You understand? Whereas I come from an era where if I supported a fighter, Jay, what up? Jay, what up? Rick Blackwell. I don't know why YouTube got y'all names all added now, but I'm just reading how it's written in this. Forgive me, y'all. Salute. I come from an era where if I supported a fighter and he or she started making some waves, I'm like, all right, good. And now I'm running to the rankings to see what they're going to do next. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you. I'm the type of person, I want to see what the fight is going to do next. Oh, okay, what's going on in WBA, the IBO, remember that? The NABO. You know, I wanted him to, or I wanted he or she to take out all of his contemporaries so that this fighter leaves no doubt. Lennox Lewis left no doubt. I am the baddest mofo on this planet. He was chasing Riddick Bowe. Riddick Bowe threw his belt in the garbage. So anyone could say, hey, man, I think Riddick would have, I think, yo, please stop with the I think, man. Stop. Because you know what we know? I don't care what you think, but you know what we know? Riddick threw that belt in the trash. And he regretted it. 3 decades later, he regretted it. But there's nothing you can do now. Evander Holyfield told him, he said, man, no, you're supposed to fight that guy. Renzo, Ratchet, what up? He was like, yo, you supposed to fight that guy, man. I don't care what you do. Evander Holyfield, he didn't win every fight, but I respected it. Name me a fighter he got. I can't name one. He fought any and everybody. He didn't win every fight, but damn it, you can't. Come on. And I just don't see that in all of the fighters. I see it in a handful of the fighters. We saw that in Deontay Wilder. We see that in Devin Haney. We see that. But now, Urs, what up? Now, Quan, what up? If I missed you. Now, what we see today is everybody posturing and jockeying for position for a big payday. Now, I'm not against fighters getting their money, man, because one fight could ruin you. One fight could ruin you. You could die in that ring. So I'm with you getting that money, man. I'm with you jockeying for position and getting top dollar for what you're worth. I'm with it. But sometimes, as supporters of the sport, first of all, these fanatics, they can't see past their own nose. They don't know what's going on. They don't know business. They just want their guy to be faced. They be safe because they have a man crush on him. You understand? They didn't want, he was like, man, what up? Man, I just don't want them doing this. I don't want them in the line of fire. And what they do is they start cutting down the contemporaries. So you got all these contemporaries around you. You have all these contemporaries around you, right? I mean, multiple people. And then next thing you know, it's, well, he ain't got to do this because he never sold out his arena in his hometown. And this guy don't make no money. This guy was never on pay-per-view. And this guy's hair's not long enough. This guy's he's too dark skinned. I don't like this guy's father. His city stinks. It smells like poo gas. It's like, yo, wait a minute. Okay, with that being said, you don't like his contemporary because he's too light, he's too dark, his nose is too big, his hair's not long enough, he ain't got enough tattoos, he speaks proper English. But I'm looking at these rankings. Stormy, salute. I'm looking at these rankings. With all of that being said, because all that is your opinion, and if you got a man crush on these dudes, that's on you. But with that being said, I'm looking at these rankings. This guy's your mandatory in 2 or 3 sanctioning bodies, or he has a belt in another sanctioning body. You got a belt, right? Some of these dudes got belts already. So it's like, yo, this is a unification right here. And I got to hear all of this, this tap dance. Derek Gay is the legend. Salute. I got to, like, look, man, put your personal crap aside and get to the sport. So what I'm saying is, guys like Oscar and Bob Arum, once they got y'all talking like that, once they understood that they could talk to the fans, see, Oscar's not stupid and Bob Arum's not stupid. For those of you that don't know, Bob Arum said boxing fans were like rocks, you could kick them in any direction. Bob Arum played games with y'all. When I'm talking to non-educated boxing fans, he played that Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather thing. I swear to God, when I get home, I'm gonna do a whole live stream on it. I forgot who was debating in the chat. Chilltown, what up? I forgot who was debating in the chat about 2 weeks ago about the Pacquiao thing. I forgot who was, but I said I'd revisit it because one of the brothers had some misinformation. I forget, but I think it bears repeating, because if you don't repeat it, and repeat it with the truth and back it up with actual facts, here we are, literally, we're 10 years removed from that fight, right? Pinball, what up? We're 10 years removed from that fight, right? And there's still people out there with the thought that that was all Floyd's fault, and it wasn't. Matter of fact, trolling and everything else on YouTube, that was my introduction, was the Manny Pacquiao Floyd Mayweather thing. I said, man, this is bad. What's going on here? People can't read? No, they lean towards what's therapeutic, which is why people, when they want to hear good things about a fighter they support, like Melo Yellow, they don't come here. They don't come here. They don't go to Stormy. They don't go to 78. They don't go to BFTB. They don't come here. They'll go to the others. And I ain't going to say their name, but you know where they go. They go to the others. They come here and they hear a paragraph of things. The next thing you know, they start putting their fingers in their ears, talking about la, 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 not listening, la, 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 too much truth. Then they'll go to their views on their other channels, and they hear all kinds of pointless rhetoric that doesn't make any sense, but it makes them feel good. They try and take those talking points, come back over here. We debunk them in seconds. They have nothing to say. And it's ridiculous. Look, here's what you're better off doing. You're better off saying, I like you and I want you. That's what you're better off saying. It's like, yo, look, it's not this, it's not that. What is your obsession with this kid? I like you and I want you. Then just say that so I know what I'm dealing with. You know why? Because when it's like that, I know not to speak to you because there's nothing logical there. There's nothing logical. That's usually salute. There's nothing logical. There's nothing logical. There's nothing logical. It's done. And I understand that's human nature. You want to go where you feel happy. Like I tell y'all, it's LDBC or nothing. That's why I don't go anywhere else. And that's for safety reasons too. I don't like to go other places there are other channels that are non LDBC and I like what they be kicking, but a lot of them, not a lot of them, a couple of them, I can't speak in there because you know next thing you know it'll become about me in my chat. It's like I went to my brother. I went to one of my. I ain't gonna say it. I went to one of my brother's channels, and I was just about to say salute, and next thing you know, I'm looking at the channel. I'm looking at the chat. I'm like, oh shit! I blocked him a year ago. Blocked him. Blocked him. Blocked him. And it's not like my boy was entertaining them because he don't know everything. I told him, man, you doing this YouTube thing, you're gonna have to find out a lot of this shit on your own. I'm not gonna tell you who to block or whatever, because you're building your channel. You know what I mean? Kev, what up, Kev? You gotta figure things out on your own. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to go over there. Next thing you know, oh yeah, there go Drew. Oh yeah, f you. And no, 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 no. I'm not gonna disturb whatever. I'm not gonna disturb you. Because I had to explain that to him. I said, yeah, I'll be there. I'll be listening. But I listen to you. I don't monitor your chat because I swear to God, he was live one night. I swear to God, I counted 13 people I blocked. Swear to God. But he don't know that. And the funniest shit is, he just started his YouTube channel maybe I want to say about 2.5 years ago now, and people forgot that he used to be on my panel. So for our sniper salute. So I'm just gonna keep it like that for safety reasons. I'm gonna keep it like that. He's a mutual dude. That's it. I'm gonna keep it like that. I don't try and change his mind or nothing. If he's confused about something, he called me on the phone and I say, oh nah, this is why we're saying what we're saying. So I just want to bring that to his attention. He'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, yeah, So he's not a troublemaker. He's strictly mutual. It's just what it is. But that's why when I say it's LDBC or nothing, for the most part, I don't go in those other places. I don't go in those other places because I know what comes with it. You know what I'm saying? People go where it's therapeutic, and I get it. You know what I'm saying? I get it. But it comes a point where you got to look at the logic. If you can't put a fighter for Sensei always says, watch boxing. Your favorite fighter's not going to win all of their fights. That just happens. That just happens. I'm removed from. Look, it can get excuse me. It can get emotional. When you have a relationship with a fighter, you get frustrated. You want a fighter you have a relationship with. You know what I'm saying? Of course you want them to win every fight, but that's not life all the time. You know what I'm saying? What happened to Deontay was emotional for us because there was a racial aspect behind it. Kamara, what up? Jaden, what up? There was a racial aspect behind it. They literally tried to kill that man. And once we figured out what the fuck was going on, we were like, hey, this is not sports right here. This was attempted murder, man. And then we pointing out all the evidence, and it fell on deaf ears. And then as a black person, it took us to a place where, well, goddamn, of course they're gonna do this to the black man. Because if that was Tommy Morrison that was done like that, man, they'd have got the signature from a president to deport Tyson Fury the F up out of here. He would have never been able to come to America and do that to a white champion, ever. And then we got to listen to Paulie Malignaggi talk all crazy during the first fight when they made it a draw. We had to listen to that. That dude got fired for being a racist. Do y'all understand that? This is the time of the European fighter. He said these things out loud. And they're no longer, how some people say, oh, he said the quiet part out loud. He said the quiet part out loud. No, it's no longer the quiet part. It's become normalized. It's become cool to say what's on your mind. Oh, yo, I'm racist and I'm proud. I just pointed out that chick Lily. I just sold y'all. She did a whole listen. Listen to me, y'all. Listen to me, y'all. And this is why I try not to get online and fight with people that are my complexion. I try not to do it. And I get annoyed when people try to do it. I'm like, yo, do y'all have any idea what the fuck is at stake here? You have any idea what's going on? People making live streams about us, people trying to threaten our lives, and it's like, wait, whoa. What are you doing? What are you doing? Lily got on here and did a whole live stream in blackface and talked about how black women are the worst beings on planet Earth. And then followed it up saying, I don't apologize. And this country needs to get back its identity. We need to get back to what made us great again, our white Christian values. Not Christian values, but white Christian values. You see what ICE is doing every day? You see what they're doing every day? All those people they're jumping on and putting in strangleholds. Some of those people are Latin Americans. They're Americans. This is happening every day. Yo, Dill Spoolie, salute. Eric O, salute. This is every day. That's ridiculous. But she got online and said that and stood on business, her business, and YouTube left the videos up. YouTube left the videos up. But I get on here and I say the F bomb too many times. They don't want to fully monetize my show. They want to put me in YouTube jail. I made Mellow Yellow turn into a monkey, a guy that calls himself the Big Eight. I made him turn into a monkey, and I got put in YouTube jail for 7 days. And I laughed my ass off. But off the heels of that, 5 days after that, that chick Lily put out that video about black women. And these Dudley Do-Rights on YouTube, they got more smoke for me than they got for Lily. At that point, every black channel should have stopped the beef and said, hold on, what is this bitch doing? Because the pro Mellow Yellow channels, they don't have the same issues monetizing their work like we do over here. That's why I say it's organized coon fusion. It's organized coon fusion. You understand? But if y'all don't see the play, y'all don't see the play. This is what we deal with daily. And it's disgusting. It's disgusting. Mark in the building, salute. Yeah, Jose, she said that crap online, man. I did a whole pep talk about it. But this is what I'm saying. I'm not trying to go back and forth. I mean, we can have a disagreement, but it gets flat out ugly out here. Over boxing? All right, fine. It gets ugly about boxing with me when I see like what they did to Deontay. That was attempted murder. And the American public just didn't care. All they were talking about was his dark skin and skinny legs. And then tried to tell you, oh, no. I'm keeping it boxing. Are you? Are you? What part of the game is this where you know, I'm trying to talk boxing, you talking about his legs? What part of the games is that? The fighter you support got better. Oh, I'm sorry. Tyson Fury got better legs than Deontay. That's why. Look, so what are you talking about? All I saw was an underweight heavyweight knocking out people that outweighed him on average 25 to 30 pounds. That's all I saw. What are you talking about his legs for? None of that matters. I watched about a decade ago, there was a Muay Thai fighter, a professional Muay Thai fighter. And he was I think he was a white guy. I don't know where he was from. But watch this. He had one arm, bro. This was the one-arm boxer for real. He had one arm. You may have seen this. He had one arm, and he went in there, and I said, "What the hell?" I was like, "Is it who agreed to this?" Well, that bell rang. He went in there. The one arm that he did have, he put that stick in this dude's jaw, and then hit him with a kick to the head, and knocked him out. People in the chat was someone, "Oh my God, oh look at his arms," and they putting up memes about people with one arms getting arms cut off. And myself and a couple other people was like, "Y'all laughing," but the real joke is, dude that he knocked out, he gotta wake up and tell his friends and family, "Yo, I just got knocked out by a guy with one arm." Yeah, but he had one good arm and two great feet, and he slept you. That's the joke. The joke ain't him. The joke's on you. Andrew 100, salute. The joke's on you. World Constricted, salute. The joke's on you. So now it's not a joke anymore. It started out as a joke. It's not a joke. When George Foreman made his comeback, he was like damn near 80 pounds overweight. He was bald, and it was a joke. And then what happened? He started winning. Joke's on you. You see how that works? Oh, who's this 6'7" darky from Alabama? He ain't got no legs. What is he gonna do? Bronze medal. Oh, he's going pro. What is he gonna do? Knockout, knockout, knockout. Vermaine Stavern, right? Joke's on you. It wasn't funny anymore. A bit of this is what I'm talking about, is what the first Rocky was about. Rocky 1 and Rocky 2. Apollo made the Italian Stallion. If y'all didn't watch Rocky, the first Rocky, go watch it. There's gems in all of those films. Forget about the fight choreography. There's gems in all of those films. Gems. He built him up. And it turned out the guy that he made, he should have picked another Italian, because Rocky was the guy that had all the heart in the world. The joke was on him. That's the definition. The Rocky 1 was a definition of a cherry pick gone wrong. That's what Rocky 1 was about. Cherry pick gone wrong. Joke's on you. Ricardo Mayorga was supposed to be a showcase fight for Vernon Forrest, because he had just beat Shane Mosley 2 times. He was emerging as a star. So we're gonna put him in the ring with this Latino that no one knows, because I didn't know who the hell he was. And he's gonna style on him. He's taller, he's rangier. He's gonna style on him and knock him out. Joke's on you. And that's how we got to know Ricardo Mayorga. Joke's on you. Maybe his matchmaker should have did a little more homework. Because at that point, if you beat Shane Mosley, you felt you could beat the world. I understand. But you still got matchmakers for a reason. Somebody in Vernon Forrest camp failed him. Somebody was supposed to say, "Oh, whoa. No, this guy, I did some homework. He punches kind of hard. And I know he knocked out a bunch of people we don't know. Rick Tim, salute. But 88, what up? He punches very hard. No, we might want to skip this guy." I don't even remember where Ricardo Mayorga was ranked when that happened. I know I didn't know him. I didn't know him. I know that. I didn't know him. And he literally came out of nowhere. I remember he was quiet. And, he looked a little afraid in between one of those rounds. It was translated from Spanish. He was telling his corner, that black guy hits hard. So he was feeling it. But he didn't fold. The guy hits hard, I'm going to hit him back. And he hit Vernon back, and he got him. And I was in the room like, yo, he not getting up. That's boxing. Sparked a cigarette. Larry Merchant was loving it. We toast you. He lit a cigarette in the ring. Larry Merchant loved it when black fighters lost, bro. But years later, I got to be online arguing with a bunch of assholes that look like me, my color, my complexion, or lighter, team light skin, whatever. The darkies want to come fuss with me when I just want a fair sport. And meanwhile, Bob Arum been playing in our face for all of these years. Because y'all are like rocks and he can legitimately kick y'all in any direction. Y'all don't get it. Years later, y'all don't get it. Tone, what up? Yeah, that's right, Tim. I'm sorry, that's right, Tone. He had the nerve to beat Vernon twice. He had the nerve to beat him twice. I was like, yo, you know what? He found his kryptonite that fast. That was Vernon Forrest was a shining star. Here today, gone today. He didn't even get a chance to celebrate. He was supposed to spark, absolutely spark Mayorga, and then want that Oscar De La Hoya smoke. Oscar wasn't done. He wasn't done. Vernon Forrest was supposed to rock and roll through 147. And remember, Floyd Mayweather was around. That fight was around for to be taken. Floyd was still. Paul Williams was around. How many of y'all would have loved to have seen Paul Williams versus Vernon Forrest? Vernon Forrest versus Floyd Mayweather. I'm telling you, man, Vernon has some tools. Vernon has some tools. He could have gave Floyd a lot of problems. I'm not saying he'd have won, but I'm not saying he'd have lost either. But he goofed it up when he fought Ricardo Mayorga. You see how that works? How many of y'all would like to have seen Vernon Forrest versus Tito Trinidad? That fight was there. If Vernon Forrest beats Ricardo Mayorga, the whole landscape would have been a little bit different. He'd have ended up in the ring with Jose Luis Castillo. Ricky Hatton would have never came to America. Ali, what up? Just Spark, what up? The whole landscape would have been different. The whole landscape would have been different. But he goofed up. One fight changes everything. It's like you see these movies, like, you know, the Marvel movies, the DC movies. You go to different dimensions, and one thing changes, and the whole outlook of the whole world changes. This one character dies, or this one character never gets his powers. And one thing changes. Vernon Forrest losing to Mayorga changed everything. Because if he styles on Mayorga, Mayorga doesn't become a rock star for that. I think he was a rock star for like those good, year? No, like good, like 2 years. And then he turned around and losing to Corey Spinks. Remember that? Zab Judah was still around. You see what I'm saying? How many of y'all would like to see Vernon Forrest versus Josh Clottey? Vernon Forrest versus Miguel Cotto? There was a lot of things, but he messed up when Ricardo Mayorga came through. You see? You see what I'm saying? One fight changes everything. One fight. But I want y'all to understand, we as supporters are supposed to be independent thinkers. And one of the most important things is that the money is none of our business because we're not on the payroll. We are supposed to be encouraging the fighters we support to test their mettle against their contemporaries. And somehow Floyd got everybody thinking that they're business experts online, in the media, and have us talking like we're promoters. This fight's not ready yet. Let it marinate. This fight's not ready yet. No, he needs this much. The only time I'll say a fighter is not, this fight's not ready yet, is when I'll say, hey, man, you know, I think he needs another 3 fights before he fights his contemporary. Because if he fights his contemporary right now, he might get washed. Or he just might lose, you know. I'll give you a perfect example of that. Morrell versus Benavidez. Physically, it looked like Morrell was ready. Mentally, he wasn't afraid. And we all thought he could possibly be Benavidez' kryptonite. But I've spoken with Stormy about this a few times. I mean, I wasn't against it, but I would have felt more confident that Morrell would have did better if he had another 3 fights. He needed to see a couple of more looks. Could that have made the difference? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But I would like to see him have like about three more fights. VBO salute, Delano salute. You know, I would like to have seen that. Would it have helped? I don't know. I don't know. But you know, it was there and he was ready and he took it. I'm not mad at him. And he didn't get blown out. He had some moments in that fight. But I think maybe another three fights could have made the difference. You know, maybe. I'm not sure. But he tried and it didn't work out. But he didn't get smoked. He didn't get smoked. You know, but hey, you know, that's just my opinion on that. Um Mr. Tiptoe, salute. VVO said the 30 for 30. It's 30 push-ups, 30 squats, 30 dips. If you could do 30 pull-ups, do that. And you know, if you could do it, you know, yeah. But I just put up the push-ups. But 30 push-ups every day. That's 30 push-ups every day. Every man should be doing 30 push-ups every day. Your chest should be up. All right. I'm tired of y'all wearing bras. Every man should be able to do 30 push-ups. Every man should be able to do 30 push-ups. All right. If anything, you got to have that strength there. Please, y'all. Jose says, well, he needed to stop dancing. So, yeah, he was doing a lot of moving. And he said, let's get a rematch. Yeah, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult for him to position himself for a rematch. Because Benavidez is, you know, he's moving on to do other things. And if he smokes Anthony Yard, I mean, that Morrell rematch is gone. It's gone. If he loses to Yard, Quan, they got to work up to 100. Some cats got to work up to 30. And I'm not bullying y'all. I'm just saying, aspire to do 30. Aspire to do 30. That's a better way to put it. Aspire to do 30 every day. Just do it. Aspire to do it. If you can't even get on the floor to do it off the wall. Your chest is going to feel better. You're going to get that stretch, that pump. Do it off the wall. And then try and do it off the side of the couch. And then get lower, and then you're doing it off the floor. But just do something. Do something. What's my diet like? I just bought this pre-made meal plan. I heard a lot about this pre-made meal plans. I heard they're pretty good. I think it's a gateway for you guys to learn how to cook and watch your nutrition on your own. You know, so when you get those meal plans, look at what they are, look at what's in it, and then when you go shop in bulk, get the ingredients, put it in your house, and you know, get some good Tupperware and meal prep yourself. As a man, you shouldn't be exceeding 2,000 calories unless you're trying to gain good muscle mass. You can't be exceeding 2,000 calories and not working out because all you're going to do is get fat. All right, but if you're exceeding 2,000 calories and you're pumping heavy weight, that's how you build muscle. You know? Yeah, BVO, it's not, bro, it's not easy, bro. It's not easy. Nothing is easy. Weight loss, weight gain, it's not easy. It's really, really not easy. I can tell you what works for me, what I did. But you know, I also encourage people to consult your doctor. Make sure your arteries are not clogged. If you go see a dietitian, make sure that the dietitian asks to see your blood work because they need to know what goes in your body. I recommend all of y'all should be familiar with Hard Body J Timo. Abdullah, what up? He does this for a living. He's an expert. He's a bodybuilder. He's an expert. Y'all hit him up on the gram, Hard Body J Timo. Workout regiments. Y'all hit up Blu-ray. You know what I mean? Those guys are the pros. They can tell you better than I can tell you. I can tell you what I did and what works for me. They can tell you from a professional aspect what to do. So I would encourage y'all to do that. If y'all serious, hit those brothers up. You know, yeah. Let's get healthy in 2026, man. You're trying to live. You're trying to live. That up. But anyway, back to boxing. You know, these promoters play with us. Um, the fans, they play in our chats. You know, they try. Oh, Jose said he had 5,000 calories a day. Damn, bro. But you was in the gym though, so that you burn that off. Real quick, I saw the diet of what was that Olympic swimmer's name? I had met him. He's in Manhattan years ago. Um, the Olympic swimmer, no doubt, BBL salute. What was that guy's name? He won all those gold medals. Uh, the white fella, the Olympic swimmer. What was his name? Michael Phelps. Thank you, Rock. Michael Phelps. I met him. First of all, he built funny. His lateral spread, he looked like he could jump off the top of a building and fly. His lat spread is ridiculous. His lat spread is he had long hair. He like a goddamn tree slaw. I was like, yo, what the fuck? Bro, that man consumed like 6,000 calories, and that's in the morning. He's eating pancakes and bacon and eggs, and I'm like, how are you eating this slop? And you know what? He jumped in the water and burned that off in an hour. Because all he do is work out. And swimming is the illest form of cardio you can ever do. And that's another thing I'll let y'all know. If y'all are in the gym, you have access to a pool where you can go, like in LA Fitness. A lot of LA Fitness, they got the pool where you can go back and forth, back and forth. I recommend getting in that pool and just swimming back and forth, back and forth. Do it as much as you can tolerate it. When you stop, your heart rate will be up. And guess what's being saved, especially if you're overweight? What's being saved is your knees. You take the weight right off your knees, you're getting your cardio up, you're moving your lats, your arms, your shoulders. Yeah, great form of cardio. Great form of cardio. I recommend swimming. If you can do it, do it. Even if you can't swim in the LA Fitness, right? You ain't gonna drown. Your feet should be able to touch the floor unless you're like 3 feet tall. Yeah, man, get that cardio in. Cardio is key. Dark green vegetables, cardio, high protein, low carbohydrates, especially if you're diabetic. Very low carbohydrates intake. You know what I'm saying? Get a mile or two of motion in, get the heart rate up. You could lose 20 pounds in a month just off a diet change alone. Get some cardio work. Once your cardio work is good, your joints are going to feel better. Once you start losing weight, your joints are going to feel better. You're going to feel lively. Fellas, your dick game is going to improve. Yes, sir. Your dick game, if you overweight and you're diabetic or pre-diabetic, and if the pre-diabetes is due to you being overweight, I promise you, as soon as you lose 30 pounds and the pre-diabetes goes away, your dick game is going to change. That's just science. That's just science. And if you're overweight and you're diabetic or pre-diabetic, get your shit in shape because you'll know when it's a problem when your dick stop working. Then you're gonna be like, uh-oh. And your wife's gonna be like, yeah, uh-oh. Because as we get older, I don't know why this works. It's one of God's evil tricks. Women get more horny when they get older. So fellas, please keep your shit in shape. Focus Ball, what up? Look, Focus Ball says, I swim 2 to 3 weeks a week. Exactly. Fellas, if anything, and I did this on a live stream a long time ago. If anything, do it for your penis. A lot of y'all, it takes the weirdest things for y'all to get motivated. A potential stroke, a heart attack. Some of you are so vain. I'm telling you right now, if anything, do it for your penis. Do it for that. Once that goes, life is difficult. Let's do better, fellas. That's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be 50 on Sunday, and I feel great. Wives got to be like, yo, man, you got to you got to stop. You're doing too much. No, no, no. You're gonna get this work. You're gonna get this work. You got to get this work before you in there. Before you eat that scoop of ice cream. Before you eat that bowl of cinnamon toast crunch. And let me tell you, there's a reason why I said cinnamon toast crunch because that was crack to me. I used to eat it a lot. Nope, nope. Better let all of that go. Some of you brothers' stomachs are so big. I mean, look, look, look. Let me park here for a minute. Let me park here for a minute. We give the women a lot of hell. The world works different for them. They could be fat and messed up. All they got to do is fly down to the Dominican Republic, get their waist snatched, get the fat transferred to their butt. Now they got a big old butt, and they're so vain. All they want is eyes on them. Meanwhile, their insides is all messed up. Let them deal with that. Let them deal with that. All right, men. When you're walking around and your stomach is so big that it makes your lower back hurt all the time, you got to make some changes in your life. I'm dead serious. And I'm not. There's an element of comedy behind this, but seriously, when your stomach is hanging over your belt to the point where your lower back is hurting, you got to make some changes. You absolutely got to make some changes, please. And I'm saying this out of love. Seriously, men, we gotta do better. You want a little different bit of motivation? How about this? Because some of these guys, you know, they frequent these red pill spaces and this manosphere spaces. I know. Some of y'all are mad. Some of y'all are mad at women because you can't get them. So what did I say about the Mellow Yellow fans? They're mad that they can't debunk anything that we're saying, so they go to places where it makes them feel good. I understand. It's still doodle on the plate, but those other places is telling you that the piece of doodle is meatloaf. You just throw some goddamn chives on it and you eat it with your carbohydrates. You eat it with your baked potato or whatever, and you slop it up. And you know it tastes bad, but you're gonna eat it. So these fat dudes or these dudes they ain't got no game. They go to these manosphere spaces because it makes them feel good. They think that they cutting these women up. No, the people that are hosting those panels, they've been around enough and they've done enough that they reserve the right to share their experience. But you see what I just said? They're sharing their experience. Enigmatic Sun, salute. St. Louis Mix, salute. They're sharing their experience with women. Okay, I'm a high value man. Okay, you know, I'm not high value due to my income, but I'm not broke and I've dated, and this is what I've dealt with. All right, that sort of thing. That sort of thing. So they're on those panels sharing their experience, and what happens? A man with no game at all. He's overweight, or there's something wrong with him, right? He seeks comfort in hearing them what he believes is talk down on women. They're not talking down on women. They're giving their assessment due to their experiences in life, and they're telling you what to watch out for. But you don't reserve the right to take that position. Why? Because you haven't lived that life, and you can't do what they've done. You haven't accomplished what they've accomplished. So you don't reserve that right to be mad at women because you're not in a position to deal with the women that they were looking to seek a relationship with. You don't qualify. You don't qualify. Right? So you don't go in those male spaces. So now, men, all right? You can't be talking to me about women this and women that, and I'm looking at you, and the first 3 steps of your household broke up if you even own one. You don't have a car. You're underemployed. You might have a job, but you're underemployed. You ain't seen a dentist in about 3 fucking years. And then you say, man, chicks ain't ish. And I'm looking at you like, all right, your teeth are chipped, you stink, you can't dress, you make $17,000 a year, and you're mad at women for what? How about this, fellas? Would you want your baby girl bringing home a dude looking like that? Missing teeth, he's barely 30, underemployed, dressed bummy, he smell like how he dressed. You want your baby girl, CB Sports, salute. You want your baby girl bring home a dude look like that? I hope not. You're training your baby girl to bring home top notch. Top notch. Get out of here, man. MJ, what up? Some of these dudes don't reserve the right to be mad at anything but themselves. But you got to be honest with yourself. Look in the mirror and say, hey, man, I got to make some changes. How about this? Some of y'all are married. Why you let yourself get like that? And bro, listen, your wife married you. She loved you, right? And I'm not talking about no bad women. I'm talking about good women now. She married you. She loved you. Stay in shape for you and your family, man. Do that, please. All right, watch this. Watch this. Let's say you don't like your wife no more, and she don't like you. You got kids. Stay in shape and be around for your kids, man. It's no longer about you. If you procreated, it's not about you anymore, fellas. I'm talking to the fellas now. It's not about you. Prince Savage, salute. It's not about you. Do it for them babies. Do it for them grandbabies. It's no longer about you. And watch this. When you get your shit in shape, you are putting yourself first. You are being greedy. You did this for you. And as a domino effect, a good one, by you staying in shape, you're being around for yourself and those kids and your wife if you love her. And if you have a bad relationship, what do? Get your shit in shape. The best revenge is not cussing her out, slashing the tires. Fellas, if you're the type of dude that slash your chick tires and climb through her window and make her life hell when you broke up with her, you're a sucker for that. Don't do that. Don't do that. You know what the best revenge is? Your success. The best revenge is looking in your phone and deleting that number. The best revenge is next time she do see you in passing, you're about 100 pounds lighter, and you sweating and getting off that treadmill, or you leaving the gym and you walking fast, and you're smiling on the phone. You about to get in your car because you just had a good workout. And you about to have a good night, and you ain't even mad at her. You see her, you do a double take. Hey, what's up? And then you just do a head nod and a salute. You get in your car and you go about your business. That's revenge. It's no headache. It's no beef. Y'all broke up for a reason. Delete the number. Move on. TD, what up? Rob Neal, salute. He says, I'm down 7 pounds. Let's meet. Yes, sir. Oh, speaking about being down in weight, y'all see the general doing those videos. You see his face? You see his face? I'm telling you, general's on that road, bro. He's looking slim in the face. Y'all been paying attention? Yes, sir. We need to do this as a collective. I don't take no crap from no filthy animal wearing a wig, but I can ignore them when push comes to shove. I like to talk people up. I like to talk people up, men and women. But if you're negative, I'd rather not deal with you. But if you're negative with a big mouth, I'll deal with you. But man, I want to see all my men get healthy because we're leaders, right? Not 86, salute. And Super Chat, he says, salute Drew and salute to the mighty LDBC. Hold on, let me see. I'm on my phone doing this. Oh, okay. That's how you do it. Okay. 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 Know how to do this on the phone just now. All right. Salute to you in that Super Chat. I want all my men, I want all of the brothers to remain healthy. That's what the 30 for 30 is. It's pro-life. And it's not exclusive to the to the, to the men now. I want the sisters to stay healthy. I want the sisters to stay healthy. We all need to be healthy as a community, man. And that's what Move is all about. That's why I did it. For those of you that have been around from day one, this wasn't always a boxing channel. Me and New Fat Boy Fitness, we was talking about health and wellness. It's just that, I love boxing and that superseded it. But, this is what it is. I mean, I like to talk to brothers and sisters up. But, it's all good. I don't know how we got on that, but we did. Jose said, don't chase, replace. Exactly. Man, off a bad breakup, some of the best work we do is when we get out that bad relationship, we get all upset for maybe a day or two. And then like, you know what? It's okay. So delete the number, bro. Block her. Don't go backwards, bro. Don't go backwards. I told y'all the story. I got 3 Patreons lined up, but I had to leave before I uploaded them. I got to give y'all the unedited version. It's called I'm calling it Darling Nikki. Y'all know the Prince song. But the shorty that this happened with, her name was Nikki. I don't care. Y'all know 1,000 Nickies. I told the story before, but I'm gonna give it to you raw and uncut on Patreon. It was it was the most eye-opening. Oh, bro. I'm telling y'all this, man. I'm gonna say this to y'all. I'm gonna get back to boxing. Fellas, when y'all break up, the moment you leave, I'm telling you right now, 9 times out of 10, if y'all break up at 5 p.m., by 10 p.m., she might have gotten plowed by a dude that was there the whole time. Hell, that argument might have been an excuse for her to go do that. And even if it's not what she thought, she'll go backwards and then y'all make up. And you, brother, you will never, ever know. Women are the best liars on planet Earth. And that's all I'm going to say, bro. Nothing should surprise you. As something comes across your virtual desk, if you find something a decade later and it's like, wait a minute. This happened and this and, wait, what's this? And you find out something that you can't deny, she's going to tell you, oh, well, we was on a break. Bitch, I ain't speak. We had a fight Friday. I was back in the house on Sunday. What are you talking about? It happens all the time. You see the Maury show? When these chicks get caught, we were on a break. 48 hours? And this kid ain't mine? Let me get this straight. We banged that Tuesday. Something happened Wednesday. Thursday we had a fight. Friday we broke up. Sunday we made up. So from Tuesday to Sunday, in between that, you got plowed? You are not the father. And she run off the stage, down the hall, knocking over security, into the street, across the street, into the water, and she just keeps swimming. We see it all the time, fellas. Do not go backwards. Jamal, what up? Do not. As soon as y'all agree that y'all not together no more, do not. Block her, son. Block her. I don't care if she get on social media, because this social media shit, it's always new to me. Everyone like to get on, instead of going to get therapy, they get online and they air their bullshit out. They let everybody in their business. Oh, he left me. Look, you shouldn't give a fuck. If she get on her social media and start dragging you and all her friends co-sign the bullshit, them chicks ain't like you anyway. You know how I know? In my past, every time when I broken up with a woman, you know what happened with me? I ended up banging some of her friends. They ended up telling on her as soon as y'all broke up? Oh, good, because she was doing this and she was doing that. Yeah, I know. Yeah, but what you doing tonight? Exactly. Because I did it. Y'all remember I did the show on Pep Talk says women are really frenemies. Frenemies. A lot of women aren't as cool as you think. What happened to Shorty when she went to Mexico with her friends and her gay friends? They jumped on her and beat her to death. Remember that? How many of these videos you see where these women go out to eat as a group and they start fighting over the bill? See that? You see that? Oh yeah. I don't see men going out and listen. We all go out and we having a good time, we laughing, and when the bill comes, everyone's saying, "Yo, what you got? Yo, what you got on it? Hey, yo, we pay the bill and we leave." It's women. Oh, I only had the breadsticks in the water, so I'm only paying $5. Like, yo, what? What? You see, they fall victim of their own nature, y'all. They fall victim of their own nature. It is in their nature to cut each other's throat. That's just what they do. So if it's in their nature and they can't get along, even studs are sick of dating women. Y'all seen those videos? I mean, this shit is state of the art. I'm watching all of this fallout, and I'm like, yo, if studs are done with them, this chick took her stud girlfriend to court saying that she's been taking care of her and her baby, and now they're broken up after a few years, and she wants child support. And it actually went to court. She's like, yo, I'm in court right now because they're trying to determine whether I own. She lived in my house. We broke up. She was cheating on me with her baby daddy. Go figure that. The stud was getting cheated on by a girl she was connected with for like 3 years, and she was cheating on her with her baby daddy. And now she put Shorty out the house, and Shorty was like, nah, we was in a relationship. Now, I don't know what state they live in, but they're trying to determine whether she's entitled to child support. But she was cheating with the father of the child. This world is sick. And she's on her TikTok or whatever talking about, yo, they trying to hit me up with child support. And this is why I'm done dealing with chicks with kids. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe this conversation. You having this conversation, everybody got ovaries. You got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. This is crazy work. This is crazy. So if the studs are sick of y'all, and y'all fighting over dinner bills, and then when you go to a club or a lounge, and you go to a dude and you say to him, buy me a drink, and he look at you like, you independent woman, get your own drink. Oh, you sassy. Oh, you gay. Oh, your mama black. Yeah, listen, it's old now. You can't shame y'all women can't shame men for anything. Y'all fighting amongst each other over dinner bills. Y'all killing each other on vacations. Y'all see the vacation videos? These women are always fighting. They just violent and they don't like each other, let alone men. Brothers, just go to the gym. That's your response. Go to the gym. Go to the gym. Get your health right. Because I'm going to tell you what else. You ready for this? This is the main shit. This is the main shit. Snoop, what up, Snoop? Sports guy, salute. This is the main thing. You ready? Anybody that's lost a substantial amount of weight can tell you this. People notice you lost weight and start taking care of yourself before you do. You're going to lose, like my brother BBO. Chaz, what up? You said you're 6'5", 330. When you get down to 280, people around you you're not going to feel it. You might see it in your clothing. You might have to punch an extra hole in your belt. Your breathing might be different. But people are going to see it before you see it. All right? One of my boys, 6'7". He was 440 pounds. Right? He is now, this is going to be funny. He's now 6'6.5", because he was so fat and big that when he lost weight, He actually lost weight in his feet, and it shrunk him an inch. That's true story. Swear to God, he got an inch shorter. Swear to God, his feet were bloated. I still crack on him because of that. I'm like, nigga, you so fat, you shrank. You so fat that you that you shrunk. But he's now 240 pounds. The man literally lost about 190 pounds, right? First of all, you would never know just by looking at him. You would never know that he was morbidly obese, right? Second of all, one thing he did have going for himself, he was never an ugly dude. He had great dental work. He had all his hair. You know what I'm saying? Now he just is like one of those buff dudes that walk around Manhattan all day in a fitted shirt. And you should see the women that just stare at him. That just stare at him. You know, are you? We get this a lot. You a personal trainer? Y'all trainers? Say no, get out my face. He play it up now. I mean, he married, but he play it up. But you know what we joke about all the time. He says, man, 5 years ago, he says, a lot of these women don't even remember me. He said, that bitch, she work in that building right here. Her, she work over there. Her, she over there. He said, they don't even know I'm the same dude. That used to be huffing and puffing walking up the street. They said, they don't even know it's me. He said that white woman always asks me, am I a personal trainer or do I go to, what's that gym? There's some of those high class gyms in Manhattan. What's it called? One of those gyms that you pay $120 a month for. One of those gyms. One of those gyms where the small hats go inside. Those gyms. And he says, yo, there's this long haired black chick. I mean, she cute. If you like skinny chicks, I mean, she cute in the face, but she mad skinny. And I watched her flirt with him several times. He said, man, this chick wasn't even looking at me prior to the pandemic. He said he's like, if she really don't know it's me. She really don't know it's me. He said that she know his name now, but she never even asked, didn't even look at him. I'm telling you, he done lost all that weight, and his insurance covered the skin removal. He had that surgery. He had to have his shit tightened up. He looks like a different dude now. Well, he's built like an athlete. I mean, we played some football in high school. I think he played a little bit in college, but then he got he got married and he got too comfortable. He got really, really fat. He lost all that weight. He looked like a different dude now. Chicks be in his grill. I saw it loan to us. Equinox, that's what it is, Jeff. Equinox, that's the gym. John, what up? Oh, word. That's my nigga Gus right there. Hold on. Yo, go subscribe to my brother right here. That's my fam in real life. That's my nigga Gus right there. Shadow band, exactly. They do that to me, brother. You know. You already know what time it is. Peters Moss, salute. So yeah, man. Get your shit in shape, brothers. I've been there. Get your shit in shape. But anyway, let me spin this all the way back to boxing. The promoters, they play with us, right? The promoters play with us, and the fangirls, they play with us. Let me give y'all a little gem about Oscar De La Hoya and how he knows how to play with y'all. Oscar De La Hoya, the marketing behind him, first and foremost, Oscar De La Hoya had a brilliant boxing career. I'm not going to say anything bad about his boxing career. Gooder says he ain't getting no notifications. Y'all see it, but then they'll turn around and say they're not shadow banning us. These people are liars, man. Um, Oscar, if you listen to the marketing behind him, HBO did it. I want to say it was a mini documentary about him years ago. They said when he started fighting, and they aired his fights on HBO, they was wondering why their ratings went through the roof. The ratings went through the roof because when Oscar was younger, he was a handsome kid, the golden boy. He was a handsome kid. Um, he spoke Spanish fluent, and the girls liked to watch him. Right? They liked to watch him. They didn't factor in the amount of PDF files, the men that like to watch him too, or whatever. They didn't factor those guys in, but they were there. And the marketing behind that, I never considered that because that's not what I watch boxing for. I just said, hey, okay, whatever. But this is a business, right? So Oscar understands. He ran out and got Ryan Garcia. You listen to B Hop. He's a handsome kid. Huh. Yeah, he's a handsome kid. Look at those teeth. Huh. Bill, come with me to the bathroom. Huh. You jailbird pillow body. There was no doubt in my mind he was giving people back shots in prison. Yeah, tell him how you really feel, Ryan. I know what was going on. And then you find out Oscar's pulling large pieces of furniture out his ass. And it's like, yo, why is B Hop even over there? Even Canelo was like, fuck that, man. I quit this bitch. Yeah. Anything about Canelo, he's a man's man. He didn't want to be associated with that. Yo, once we found out what kind of time that Oscar was on, one of the things I said, Canelo gonna leave him, bro. No, 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 no. He ain't staying for that. No man, listen, no straight male, no straight male is gonna do business with a man with the man wears fishnets, y'all. Y'all saw the pictures. They all on the internet. No straight man is gonna do that. And if you was a promoter, or if you was managing a fighter, and would you put your fighter in the care of Oscar? I mean, would you do that? Hell no. Hell no. I would never do. I'd be like, no, 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 no. I don't care what he's promising. We can get $10 million payday, third fight, third pro fight. No, this guy pulls furniture out his ass. So no thanks. So no thanks. I'm good. I'm good. And Canelo got the hell out of it. B Hop been compromised. When those Golden Boy emails came out, they were calling Al Heyman Black Hitler, and B Hop said nothing. I knew then he was compromised. I said, man, not only are they compromised, I think he's actually he's sleeping. He's sleeping with Oscar. And they probably brought Ryan in the bedroom with them. Initiation type thing. Yeah. Let me give you another bit of information. When Ryan fought Mellow Yellow and lost, do you remember Ryan being on that stage after the fight by himself? And we were like, yo, why is he on stage by himself? Where's Oscar? Where's Bernard Hopkins? Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that? We were asking, yo, where his people at? Why they left him there? You remember what Rick Glasser said? Y'all remember? Let me remind you. Rick Glasser, when we were asking, we were just curious. He was like, yo, where's Oscar? Where's Bernard? Rick Glasser, in defense of those guys, said they had dinner reservations with their significant others. Dinner reservations? And then he says, I'm speaking facts. Hashtag boxing. Really? Let me get this straight. This is your prodigy. He got a fight against Tank Davis where he didn't even deserve that fight, y'all. Yeah, best brother, it was Equinox. Yeah. Ace Dad, salute. Where you been? Yeah. So he didn't deserve a Tank fight, but he got it. He lost. The least I could have did was be at the podium with him, telling us, oh, he's all right, he's young, he'll be back. You motherfuckers left him there. You left him there. And we were saying, hold on, where they at? Why they do that to you? Remember that? We were asking, yo, why they do that? Why they do Ryan like that? Y'all forgot about that? And Rick Glasser said they had dinner reservations. They didn't say that. Rick Glasser said that. The Boxing Insider, hashtag boxing. Remember that? Well, also want to remind y'all, when Floyd Mayweather was fighting Canelo Alvarez, that was Canelo's biggest and first actual big fight. Most important fight of his life. Where was Oscar? He was in rehab, was he not? The day of the fight, he enrolled in rehab. And even then I said, oh man, he got problems. But I didn't say that he was leaving. I said he was leaving when those goddamn, when those fishnet pictures came out. That's when I said, oh no, he gone now. He gone. He gone. So if these are the people that we're supposed to be listening to in reference to boxing, we're doomed. We are doomed. You're going to listen to Oscar De La Hoya? Fishnets, black pantyhose. You're going to listen to him? Cross-dressing. You're going to listen to Bernard Hopkins? Those racist emails came out, and he went radio silent. He went radio silent. It was crazy. I was like, yo, you ain't gonna say nothing? He didn't say nothing. He didn't say anything. Wow. Wow. Strange. Ain't that strange? Nah, it's typical. Compromise. You listen to Bob Arum? Boxing fans are like rocks, you could kick them in any direction. Right? I just played you the interview with Lou DiBella. Lou DiBella told you what time it is. He says he knew how dirty the playground was, but he still played in it. He said fighters throw fights daily. But when we get on here and we point out the fucking corruption, y'all want to come in here and argue with us. Because when the corruption is favoring the fighter that you support, you don't care. You don't care. Mellow Yellow says, I don't want that WBA strap. But he has it. He has it. And the WBA didn't take it off of him. But Mellow Yellow called Devin the email champion. Question, how did Mellow Yellow get that WBA belt? Because that's Devin's belt. He didn't fight him for it. But then when we get on here and tell you the truth about how much of a scumbag business this is, y'all want to argue with us. Because the scumbag business is enabling your fighter to be a scumbag. And if your scumbag fighter that you support is good for business, sanctioning bodies, companies, then that's what it's going to be. And that's what you celebrate. But don't get mad at me for pointing it out. Because I say it all the time. Just stop me when I'm lying. Everything I said about Tyson Fury, true. Everything I said about Mellow Yellow, true. Everything I said about Ryan Garcia, true. Everything I said about Bob Arum, true. Daniel Kinahan, true. Stop me when I'm lying. You don't have to like what I have to say, but stop me when I'm lying. Just stop me and say, Drew, that's not true. Just say, oh, no, that's not true. That's not true. All right, if it's not, then correct me. What's true? Even when I've listened to y'all, yo, man, don't get mad at Tank. Just go ahead and let him make his money, man. Why you mad at the black man? The black man getting his money. You know what? You're right. I'm gonna leave him alone. But watch this. Make your money, get your 40 million or gazillion or 100 gazillion dollars, right? Did I not say this? Stop me when I'm lying. Oh, word story? Oh, that's what's up. Kawhi Elliott, salute. Shabazz, salute. Um, I left that kid alone. I said, you know what? This is his last fight. After y'all said, oh no, he's gonna spin the block and then he's gonna go back and get your core, whatever. I said, all right, whatever, we'll see. But y'all want me to leave him alone? I'll leave him alone. I don't like this fight. It's not for boxing. It's ridiculous. He's lining his pockets. This is not even a legacy pad. This is a clown fight. He's in the prime of his career. But I'm no longer in the business of believing that he's gonna do something special. I'm over it now. So you want me to leave him alone, let him make his money? Fine. Go ahead and make your money, Paul. But when he leaves, take your fans with you. That's all I said, right? Remember when I said that? And what happened? And he's supposed to be fighting Jake Paul this weekend or something? Or next weekend or something? Mr. Mo Goose says, any link? No. I'm not talking to nobody on live this morning. I don't know. What did you want to talk about, Mr. Magoo? I don't think I know you, brother. Anyway, um, I left I left him alone and he couldn't get that right. So Mellow Yellow fans, you still mad at me? Or are you gonna find the whole tank accountable? Because the money he was gonna make, the Jake Paul money, y'all told us to stop hating on him on. We left him alone. And he goofed it up. Is that our fault? Or are y'all gonna have a panel saying, yo, man, Tank let me down now? No, he didn't let you down because you wasn't getting any of that money. That was for him and his daughters and the therapy that he wanted to get and everything else. He let himself down. Are y'all gonna say that he let himself down? Are y'all ever gonna say that? Or is him draping up that chick in Miami? Is that our fault too? You see? All you gotta do is sometimes you don't even have to talk. Just watch. You see? So once again, I'm right. He says, keep taking to yourself. You're too stupid to even. You can't even spell, stupid ass. Yo, block Mr. Timberland and Magoo right there. Kill him like Magoo is dead. And I say that respectfully. It's just the bar. Magoo, the rapper, he passed away. But y'all can smack him upside his face. He, you see, Miguel want to talk to me. That's Mr. Miguel right there, the pillow biter. See what I'm saying? Keep taking to yourself. You're too stupid to even clap at anybody. Oh my God. All right. My dick is big. Send your woman though. But I know you're not even into women. So, hey, Sarah. Anyway, boxing, please. So we left that alone. And Tank eventually fell on his own sword. So I don't know what he's going to do next. There is no $40 million. But now he's going to have to fight his contemporary. He's going to have to. And the brilliant thing is, we didn't do shit to him. We spoke about it. We made it known that we didn't like those moves. And he effed himself. So there goes that. There goes that. So here's why I'm long-winded. Now, y'all wondering, like, what does this have to do with Boots? Easy. Oscar's at it again. From the ring, you heard Ortiz and Boots go back and forth. All right, Boots said, let's get this money. I didn't like hearing that, but whatever. From the time Ortiz got to the hallway from the ring in the non-sold out arena, I'm pointing that out for a reason, from the time he got to the ring, He's so tough about I'll fight anybody. The Errol Spence fight is my dream fight. I'm like, huh? Wait a minute. You and Bush just had a stand down. Why are you talking about Errol? They ain't been in the ring in 3 years. And you'd be fighting them off of a loss. Simple. Errol is still a rock star. And they firmly believe that if they can get a hold of Errol and beat him, that they think he'll be the new king of Dallas. Oscar, it doesn't work that way. Or King of Texas or whatever. It don't work that way. You see, years ago, Tim Bradley chose to go to Top Rank instead of going to the PBC to fight Floyd Mayweather. I wanted to see Tim Bradley versus Floyd Mayweather. I would love to have seen that. But he took his services to Top Rank, which blew my mind, and he got the Manny Pacquiao fight. I said, man, God damn it. But I rooted for Tim to win, and he won. And where Tim thought that the baton would get passed to him and they would respect his hard work, because Tim Bradley wasn't a lazy worker in that ring, he would get celebrated for winning and all this hard work, and it all paid off. And, oh, yeah, I just beat Manny Pacquiao. Yeah, right. You know what happened? By the time he got home and checked his messages, half of the Philippines was calling him all kinds of N-words, and you got a fat Latin wife and F you. And I'm like, ooh. And it made him so crazy that when he got in the ring with Ruslan Provodnikov, he fought the dumbest fight in the world. You see, this is why I don't listen to Tim Bradley at all, because I'll never forget that. A lot of y'all weren't watching boxing back then. But I'm telling you, when he fought Ruslan Provodnikov, he fought an emotional fight, and it was so stupid. Ruslan Provodnikov is an easy fight he's an easy fighter to beat. All you got to do is box him. He fought Emmanuel Augustus on ESPN. Emmanuel took that fight on like a day's notice and got knocked out. But Emmanuel wasn't in shape, and he fought in the pocket, and he was brought in to lose, bro. I said, man, if Emmanuel had a full camp, he styles on Ruslan. Ruslan is one of those guys that he's from that part of the world where Asia and Russia connect. So he looks like kind of Asian in the eyes, but he speaks Russian. He's one of those dudes, right? And yeah, he was a tough guy, but you could outbox him. He was Ricky Hatton 2.0. But Tim Bradley took his ass in there. ESPN was high on him, especially when he beat Augustus, right? And they put him on HBO. I don't want to get into the issue, right? But whatever. They were looking to get behind him because he was a high impact, high action fighter. But what do we know about those high impact, high octane fighters? You can outbox them. You can outbox them. And I said, this guy's dog food for Tim Bradley. He's dog food for him. But what happened? Tim goes in there and fights in the pocket. I said, wait a minute. Tim is not a puncher. I know Tim looks like he could bust someone's head open. He had abs on top of abs. He had a killer physique, but he wasn't strong. But Tim could box, and he was a dog. He had a really good chin, and damn it, he showed it that night. But he fought the dumbest fight in the world. And then I'm watching it, and Max Kellerman loved it. Oh, what is Tim Bradley made of? And all this other shit. And I'm like, no, he's made of. He has stupid juice blowing through his veins because he don't fight like this. Why is he fighting this guy like this? He's making this guy a rock star. And he almost got knocked out like 3 times in that fight. I'm like, why is he doing this? Come to find out, he was emotionally messed up. There go George. My brother George. George. See, look at that. Read that. Yep. George, you was with HBO when that happened? Was you working with HBO when that fight happened? Yes. Man, I'm watching the fight and I was horrified. I said, Tim gonna get killed. If y'all never saw Ruslan Provodnikov versus Tim Bradley, go watch it. Don't watch the highlights. Watch the whole fight. And then come to find out he fought like that because after the Pacquiao fight, they were bullying him online. They were calling his wife fat in Spanish, and you're a nigger, and I mean, come on. I'm like, what the fuck? And you see, that showed me that he was mentally weak. So when Tim Bradley gets online and start talking about, oh man, Devin going to sleep. Oh man, you better watch out. Oh man, while eating like a bunch of biscuits and shit. I don't want to hear what he has to say because I don't. I remember what happened with you and Manny Pacquiao and Rudy Pavardagov, and then he went in the ring with Manny Pacquiao what 2 more times and literally apologized to him in the ring by rolling on the floor. You remember when Manny knocked him down and this dude did a full somersault on the floor. Y'all remember that? He literally rolled on the floor. You remember that? I said, why is he doing all of that? That was his apology, y'all. That was his apology. I said, man, I'll never respect Tim Bradley as a fighter ever again, man. He lost it. And he's a Hall of Fame fighter. But dude, if you want to see cutting the jig in the ring, man, he ain't hit him that hard that he had to do a somersault. I remember listening to the crowd when he rolled on the floor. They were like, oh. I said, yeah, man, just get up, go to the ring, put on some tap dancing shoes. And I know you black as hell, but put on some more black face and just start dancing. Hold on, where's my goddamn? Snacks B, salute, man. F Tim Bradley, man. I don't want to hear anything he got to say, man. I don't want to hear anything he got to say. I don't want to hear anything that he got to say, man. His opinion doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter. F that guy, man. His boxing opinion does not matter. It really doesn't. Oh man, Devin going to sleep. Oh man, Tank Davis about to get that money from Jake Paul. Ooh-wee. Oh man, shut up, man. Shut up, man. Shut up. Shut up. I want to hear you. Dummy. Start a biscuit channel. Tell me about biscuits. Who got better biscuits? Red Lobster or Popeyes? Who got the better biscuits? Who got the better chicken? Tim Bradley's chicken channel. Tim Bradley's black ass could chew up a watermelon, right? And spit seeds at a velocity that you would think you're getting hit with a bullet. I have no respect for that dude. That Pacquiao knockdown when he rolled on the floor, man, I got up. I said, I'm done, bro. I'm done. I can't believe I paid for this. Nigga, you should have just wrote him an email saying I'm sorry. And people should apologize for. His racist fans, he really thought that he was going to get those fans from Manny Pacquiao because he thought that those Filipino fans, they just admired the respect and they loved it, the effort. No, man. They hate your bald-headed black skin, stupid. That's never going to change. That is never going to change. Desert Storm. That's never changing, bro. It's over. This is all a game. It don't work for you, bro. Stupid ass. Oscar's into this game, and from the time Virgil Ortiz left the damn boxing ring and got to the hallway, they straightened that shit out. No, you're the A side. Let that boost fight marinate. We're gonna build you as a star in Texas, and we're gonna corner the Texas market because Texas is bigger than Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and we're gonna play. Get a Latin crowd. You're gonna play with the Latin crowd. We're gonna push that, lead that to us, and we're not the B side going into this. B side means black side, by the way, y'all. We're not the B side. Meanwhile, he didn't sell out Dallas. I mean, wherever the fuck they were. They didn't sell out Texas, by the way. They didn't sell out. They didn't sell out. But Boots did. But y'all gonna say that Boots ain't got no fans though, right? I hope you knuckle draggers are paying attention. Don't be quiet about this. Feel me? Wake up and smell the failure. I'm telling you, they're doing it again, right in your face. And I'm very long-winded this morning because I want y'all to understand what they're doing. Understand what they're doing. This is game. This is all game. Oscar's gonna talk down Boots. He gonna tell you Boots ain't doing enough. Look at who he's fought. He hasn't fought anybody. All right, well, Virgil's that somebody, right? Let them fight. Virgil's that dude, and you're gonna have a bunch of. We had the race baiters coming in the chat the other day. Yeah, we got truth out of them real fast, didn't we? Like, wait a minute, what are you talking about, Virgil? Okay, yeah, Virgil's nice with it. I ain't got a problem with Virgil. I'm not high on this fight being over the champions fighting at 154, but if y'all want to see this fight, y'all want to see the fight, fine. I think it's a good fight. I think Boots wins, but I think it's a good fight, fine. I'm not paying pay-per-view money for it. You can get out of my face with that. I'm not doing that. That's what I said. So what are we talking about? And what happened? It went from, oh, this fight's next up to, oh, Boots hasn't done enough. Watch, that's what they're going to tell you. They're going to start questioning everybody's sport and then say he didn't fight anybody. He's a marketing scheme. And meanwhile, he's going to try, what they're trying to do, they're trying to get Virgil in the ring with Everett, who hasn't fought, a black fighter that hasn't fought in 3 years. 3. And if he gets an Errol fight and wins, that is going to put him over the moon. They're not going to want to hear that he hasn't been in the ring in 3 years. And last time we saw him, he looked so bad. They're not even going to talk about that. On paper, they're going to say he beat him. Y'all don't see the play, or do y'all even care? Y'all don't see the play, or do y'all even care? And I'm saying don't let them do it. Don't let them do it. Do not let them do it. All these dudes, y'all, they treating y'all like rocks. They kicking y'all in all directions. If anything, there's more intrigue behind Boots versus Errol. Because we was talking about that since 47, wasn't we not? While Errol and Bud was in the stare down, they were trying to work out to see if that fight's even a reality. Boots was right there. He's like, man, Boots beat all those guys. And all I was saying was, great, let's see it. Can somebody make something pop? That's what I was saying. Oh, you think he beats him? Or you think oh, God, I got to see it. Oh, you a hater, Drew. Well, who am I hating on? Bud or Errol? What? I don't understand. Oh, well, you picked Errol to win. I did. You know, I had to pick a winner. I thought Errol was going to win. I was wrong. So what? When did I hate on Boots? Whole time, I was saying, make the fight, make the fight, make the fight. You guys are pundits, man. Exactly, Stormy. Mel Charler was up at the fight the other day too. I mean, what the fuck is he doing there? I'm still not ready to see him. Can't let me down. Let himself down. It's ridiculous. So they're gonna play with y'all. They're kicking y'all in the Virgil Ortiz direction. They're gonna cut down Boots like he ain't do nothing. Never forget that Oscar told you that he sides with Teofimo Lopez not taking the Devin Haney fight, which cost him $11 million. I repeat, $11 million. I'll say it one more time: $11 million. $11 million. In what universe as a kid says, I ain't even made $1 million in this boxing game? And then Turkey Al-Sheikh says, I got 11 of those things for you. You versus Devin Haney. And then he says, no. And then Oscar says, no, I agree with that. What? Question. Where's Teofimo Lopez going to get 11 million from in that ring? He's supposed to be fighting Shakur, right? I said, see, this is what I'm saying. Every time y'all want to be numbers guys, this is when it comes and bites y'all in the ass. I want to know, is he making $11 million versus Shakur, if that fight even happens? I want to know, is he even going to make that money with Shakur? Because if it's not, he's a dumbass. And right, they said Devin's boring, right? Right. Wasn't they saying that Shakur's boring? Uh-oh. 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 You see? All you got to do is let them talk. All you got to do is let them talk. Devin's boring. So he's justified for declining $11 million after saying he never made $1 million. But he's justified in not fighting Devin. Let me see. Shakur was considered 10. Shakur never had knockout of the year. He was never considered a puncher. Devin was. Devin's had knockout of the year. He was considered a boxer puncher. Now he's pillow fist out of nowhere, right? Okay, let's say he's all of that. What does that make Shakur? Uh-oh. Time to regroup. See what I mean? It don't take much. Just let these dudes talk. Has anyone went to Oscar and say, what do you feel about Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur? If he says anything close to saying, hey, it's a good fight. If he says good fight or great fight or whatever, y'all need to call him. How is that a good fight or a great fight? But you said it wasn't a good or great fight versus Devin. Oh, well, Haney is, go ahead and say boring. Go ahead. Go ahead and say he's boring. Because Shakur got that stigma all over him. Did you ever hear me call him boring? No. What did I always say? You don't like what Shakur's doing? Stop from doing it. I fucks with Eddie De Los Santos, but it was his job to stop Shakur from moving around the ring. That was his job, and he couldn't do it. It might have been an eyesore for y'all, but for me, I was just like, hey, man, look, he couldn't catch him. I mean, what do you want me to do? All y'all can do is call names. Guess what? Call them all the names in the world. I said that about Floyd Mayweather. Oh, he's a game runner. He's a runner. I said, good. We'll stop him from running. Crickets. You don't like what Shakur's doing? Stop him from doing it. You don't like what Devin Haney's doing? Stop him from doing it. You don't like what he's doing? Stop him from doing it. Crickets. All they could do is name call. Oh, I don't want to fight him because he's boring. You don't want to fight Devin Haney for $11 million because he's boring? I don't like that style.
And y'all didn't do any, y'all didn't say shit about that. If Devin said, I'm not fighting Brian Norman Jr. because I don't like that style, y'all will be on our channels dragging us. And guess what? It will be justifiably so. You don't want to fight this guy because you don't like his style. What the fuck? What are you talking? What are you talking about, man? That's not how we do things. What are you talking about? Man, shut up. It literally said that. Who they normally say that to? Us, black fighters. We're runners. Loma gets in there. Oh, no, no, no. Look at those feet. Speed, the move, the angles. Man, shut that shit up. Like we didn't throw up on Pernell Whitaker. Shut up. Y'all let Oscar come in here and do this shit to Boots, man. I don't want to hear it. I better not hear or see one knuckle dragger agreeing with Oscar and what he's about to say about Boots. Hell yeah, Virgil is the B side of things. And see, this is why I was annoyed at the fight in the first goddamn place, because I knew this was coming. They're about to play politics and bullshit. I knew this was coming. I knew this was coming. And now the people who are high on the fight, oh, we're gonna get Boots and Virgil. I said, I'm looking at the title lists about the fight. I don't care about this Boots and Virgil shit, and especially since they're gonna try and charge us $50 for it after I got a goddamn DAZN app that I pay monthly. Now you want to charge me $50, $60 on top of that for that? No, I'm not doing that. And there's no belt involved. I'm not doing that. Y'all go ahead. I'll watch it by other means, but I'm not paying for it. Y'all ain't gonna get me like that. That's abuse. And then now y'all finding out that they're not even trying to do it. So I like how they're saying, now peep game, y'all. Peep game. I like how they're saying, what's next for Boots? And that's why I got Charlo and Bakram up here. Because now they're trying to throw Boots into the blender. While they trying to throw Boots into the blender, they want to get Virgil in the ring with Errol that's been out of the ring for 3 fucking years. Why aren't they asking why don't Virgil fight Jermell Charlo? Why they're not asking why don't Virgil go for one of the titleists? Oh, I like the Bakram and Virgil fight. I like the Bakram and Fundora. I mean, the Fundora and Virgil fight. I like the Xander Zayas versus Virgil fight. Why aren't they saying that? No. You know what they're saying? They got Boots in there with everybody. Now, on one hand, I could say, oh, no, they want to line Boots up to get him beat. But you know what I'm going to say? Here's what I'm going to say. They hold Boots to such a high standard that they want him beat. And I think Boots at 54 can accomplish some, if not everything at 54. How about that? And I will give him more credit if he says, you know what, Virgil gonna play games, we're not gonna wait on him. I'm gonna go get Xander Zayas. I'm gonna go get Bakram. I'm gonna go get Fundora. And if Boots heads in that direction, if he heads in that direction, and if he's actively pursuing that, that's all I want. And right then and there, I'll hold them accountable. I'll have him to that high standard and say, look at the work that he's putting in. And Virgil's just sitting around waiting for a 3-year layoff. Errol Spence, my brother Theo Coop, the Do Better podcast in the building. That's my brother, fam. Go subscribe to the Do Better podcast. It's a reaction channel. It's not a boxing channel. It's a reaction channel. But he's funny as hell. Keeps you updated on all the nonsense going on in the world, man. That's my brother right there. Salute to you. Yes, sir. So right now, since Oscar's playing game, let's not wait on it. Boots, if I have anything to say to Team Boots, it's fine. They didn't wait to play with you, bro. You and him had a stand down, and as soon as they left the ring, they went backstage and he told my Errol Spence, you know what, let him go. And that's what you stand on. Yo, Boots, what's up with you and Virgil? It ain't on me. I want the smoke. I said, let's make this money. We get to the back. I'm on him. I'm ready to get to the gym and work on making this fight with him. And he started talking about Errol Spence. The boy don't want to fight. So in the meantime, I'm looking at Xander Zayas. I'm looking at Sebastian Fundora. I'm looking at Bakram, the Boogeyman Bakram. That's what I call him, y'all. You heard it here first. Boogeyman Bakram. I want those fights. And when I clean up all of that, Virgil gonna have to play catch up. Because I'm gonna tell you something else. Who are you gonna respect? Let me ask y'all this. Who are you gonna respect more? By the end of 2026, if Boots beats Xander Zayas and Bakram, or Xander Zayas and Fundora, if he picked two of those champions, who are you gonna respect more? Boots or Virgil if Virgil fucked around and fought and beat Errol? Who are you going to respect more? I'm telling you right now, I'm respecting Boots. You know why? Errol's just a name at this point. I'm not expecting him to come off the couch in 3 years, get into a camp, and then face Virgil Ortiz and win. I'm not expecting it. Can he do it? I don't know. I'll be rooting for him, but I don't know. But if let's say he beats up Errol and stops him better than Bud. Let's say he gets in there. Let's say he gets in there with Errol in 1 or 2 rounds from like he did Larry Lubin. But then you look at Boots, and Boots done beat Xander Zayas and Bakram. Who do you respect more? John Pound, salute. Nah, Thomas, but you know what I'm saying. I'm holding Bakram to a high standard because he got the marketing scheme and Tim Tszyu out of here. He got him out of there. He's one of those white guys that America will never figure out how to promote. He's a white Russian and he's Muslim. How the fuck do you promote that in America? You got me. They still trying to figure that out. But this is what I'm talking about. How do you do it? Who would you respect more? Virgil, who beat up a three-year laid off Errol, or Boots, who beat up Bakram or Fundora or Xander Zayas? I'm looking at Boots pursuing greatness, and see that's what Oscar wants to do. He wants to use his star power, his mouth. Oscar wants to use his mouth. Pause of the century. He wants to use the community and the black villain role. He wants to put that on Boots. And while Boots is out here getting work done, he wants to diminish the work while creating a star in Virgil Ortiz. That's what he wants to do. Doing the minimum work by throwing dirt on the black fighter. That's what he wants to do. And I'm saying there ain't gonna be no dirt to throw on him if Boots is out here getting busy. If he beats 2 of those champions and take those belts, ding dong, he'll be unified. He'll have 2 belts. And what'll Virgil have? Oh, I beat Errol. Well, Errol was off for 3 years. Next, who cares? Double Legal Logic says, I'll respect Virgil because Boots is 35 fights in and haven't fought the likes of Errol yet. Did you?
No, you heard the question. That's just your opinion. Well, let me be clear when I say this. Be absolutely clear. In this situation, you respect Boots. Never mind what he's done leading up to here. Never mind the fact that he's riding with Eddie Hearn, and that gets on my nerves. That bothers me. I'm telling you And you don't need no crystal ball to see what I'm saying. I'm telling you what they're about to do to him. I'm not going to respect Virgil Ortiz if he fights Errol off the couch when he hasn't been in the ring in 3 years. I'm not going to respect it because what they're going to do is they're going to take that win and make it the greatest win in the last 10 years. And we're going to be sitting here like, yo, the last time we saw Errol, he got blown out by Bud. It wasn't even close. Now he gets back in the ring and he's fighting Virgil and he loses again. Whereas Boots just got in the ring and let's say he beat Bakram and he beat Fundora or he beat Zayas. Now he's 2 belts up. Now he has done something. So fight 36 and 37 is 2 title fights. It's 1 title fight, he takes a belt, and it's a unification with another one. And by the end of 2026, he's 2 belts up. You respect the work. Beating Errol at this point is nothing but a marketing scheme. And that's the direction that Oscar's trying to go while throwing shade to the black fighter. And they do this all the time. They do this all the time. This has nothing to do with hating on Philly or I don't like what he hasn't done. Look, I know what he hasn't done. We've held Bud to that standard also. I know what he hasn't done, brother. I know that. But with that being said, I know what they're about to do to him now. Because they do this all the time. This is the play when you have a black fighter putting in work. This is the play. And what I'm saying is at 54, they're already doing it. Does that make sense? They're already about to do it. G Tatis, salute. They're already doing it. I'm telling y'all right now. Y'all went from, oh man, we about to get Virgil Ortiz versus Boots. I said, fine, I'm just not gonna pay for it. And then by the time Virgil got to the back, Ellie Sekback was like, oh, you wanna put him in the ring with Errol to get revenge? Revenge? Revenge on what? Because over Mikey? Listen to the language. Revenge. You know what that was? Does your Mexican fighter want to avenge a loss against that black fighter? What? We're not even on that. We're not even on that. We told Mikey not to get his ass in the ring with Errol in the first place. Did we not? We was like, wait a minute. You see something. We about to see you get your ass whipped. And that's just what happened. So what you talking about revenge? And Robert Garcia had to tell Ellie, oh no, Errol's my friend, man. That was just a fight. We ain't got no problem with Errol. You see? You let them folk get around, they try and make it something it's not. And Oscar is cut from that same cloth. He's gonna make it something it's not. He's already doing that. We're not the B side. You know what that's saying? They saying Boots don't sell. And that's a lie because a couple of weeks ago when he fought Lima Beans, Philly was sold out. You got to disarm these guys before it starts. Y'all thought y'all had that fight and Oscar he got Virgil talking different. I told you, from the time he left the ring to the time he got to the hallway, they got to him and said, no. Push the Errol fight. We're going to get Errol off the couch. You get an Errol fight, it's going to make tons of money, and you're going to be the face of Texas. They telling him this shit. But I'm looking at the work and it doesn't match. Now, you can say the same thing about the work not matching with Boots. But I'm telling you, put that aside now because what they're about to do is drag him. While he's going to try and fight Errol Spence that's been on the couch for 3 years, and the last time we saw him was a loss to Bud, the best in the game. Boots needs to say, all right, you know what? I ain't going to wait on them. I already know what they're going to do. And he needs to call them out as they do it in real time. You tell Eddie Hearn, if you're going to use your mouth to do anything, run your mouth to do anything, you need to call Oscar out on everything because this is what he's about to do. And what we need to do is we need to go get Bakram and take him out. And what we need to do is go get the winner of Fundora and whoever and go get Zayas. We need to get 2 belts. Because Virgil has none. Tell me why Virgil is so popular right now. He's not even a champion. And again, why isn't anybody saying, hey man, You got to go get one of those belts. They don't hold Virgil to that standard. They always hold us to that standard. And I'm saying, with that being said, hold us to the standard. And I'm talking about black fighters. Hold us to that standard. But you hold them to that standard, but if Boots does the work, you can't deny him. He says Boots threw shade on Bud, though. Yeah, I know that. By helping Canelo. And we called him out on that. That was disgusting. Canelo didn't ask Boots. Boots recommended it. Okay, so cool. So double eagle logic. You don't fuck with Boots at all, and you don't care what happens to him moving forward. Correct? Just say what it is, man. I can't change your mind. Just say what it is. Just say what it is. You're entitled to that. Because when I don't know if you found me for the first time, when we found out, we thought Canelo called Boots and he went. Because we was like, man, Boots, why you going? But then we found out, no, he volunteered to go. I'm like, nah, that's bad, man. The optics is all wrong. I don't like that. That's bad. That's bad. That's horrible. And we called him out on that. But you know what? It didn't help. Canelo got smoked. Bud killed him and Boots in one night. It didn't help. Boots was left saying, I ain't even watched the fight. So let me get this straight. You volunteered to go over there to help Canelo in a fight that you didn't even watch? You didn't even spin the block, say, okay, I watched it and this is what Canelo did wrong. You didn't even do that. So you went over there for nothing. So the joke's on him. Like I said earlier, the joke's on you, the joke's on Boots. And guess what? And let me say this, double-edged logic. Let me say this. I'm not going to say you wrong, brother. I'm feeling how you feel. But I tell people all the time, God is not wasting time on anybody. Look at the position that Boots is in right now. I wouldn't be who I am as a black man if I didn't point out the violations. Now, how ironic that he went over there and helped Canelo, and Oscar's treating him like this. What did we say about going over there? They ain't gonna make you cool with them. At the end of the day, you're just another nigga. And look at how he's being treated right now. They're gonna celebrate Virgil Ortiz fighting Errol Spence rather than Boots running around collecting belts at 54. Think about that. Now, double-edged logic. Did what I say to you just make sense? I'm not saying you wrong, my brother. I'm saying, look at how the universe dealt with Boots. So now that we know that, these are my thoughts. I don't have to say good for him. I'm going to say, bro, you got to get to work. You got to get to work. Make sense? You see what I'm saying? In other words, brother, this is what he's getting for putting out that behavior in the universe. This is the result. Now, in all fairness in boxing, I believe the people that should be getting celebrated are the people that should be doing, are the people doing the work. You understand? I'm gonna celebrate you if you're doing the work. Why do you think I take this position with Tank? He's celebrated, but he's not doing the work. Devin Haney's doing the work. Deontay Wilder was doing the work. Errol Spence was doing the work. He was doing the work. Right? So all Boots has to do right now is the work, because that's all he has. He'll never win a back and forth with Team Ortiz if they're both not doing the work at 54. And you see it right now because everybody should be through the roof talking about, Oscar, what you mean? We thought we had a fight. What do you mean? You're not the B side. What you talk about? But they're not going to do that. They'll do that to Boots, though. And I'm saying all he has to do to shut them up is do the work. Do the work. So Boots versus who? Any and everybody. I like to see Boots versus Charlo. No belt involved. But it's a name thing, right? And he's been more active. He lost to Canelo, But he didn't lose like how Errol lost to Bud. If Boots go in there and beats Jamel Charlo, I'll take it. If he goes there and beats Bakram, I'll take it. Crazy work. But listen, I swore I told you I was gonna be on here long. You know, when I just get to talking boxing and just stuff, I just gets to flowing, man. Man, salute to y'all. I appreciate y'all. Salute to everybody. The Venmo, the Zelle, the Cash App, Super Chat. I don't even know if the journal was on. I did this whole live on my phone. My phone about to die. Man, I appreciate y'all. Old comers, newcomers, I appreciate y'all. And in reference to Canelo, never forget this.
Is it safe to say you were not stunned by what happened when he faced Canelo?
No, I picked him to win. I picked him to win, and that's the style that we avoided. The 12 years that we had Canelo, we avoided that style. The only reason the Lara fight got done was because Canelo insisted on it. But even Austin Trout gave him problems. Lara gave him problems. That's a style that we avoided. Mayweather did. And I felt that it was going to be a very similar fight to the Mayweather fight. I felt that Crawford was going to win a decision. I didn't think it was going to be that lopsided. I thought it was going to be a lot closer, but I felt that Crawford was going to beat him in a decision.
There you go, man. I don't know if I'll be live tomorrow, but just keep checking on me. I'm gonna do like some isolated videos. You know what I'm saying? I'm out and about right now. But salute to everybody, man. Love y'all. And keep it real with yourself. Bronx on deck.
Move!
Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.